At this time, we would like to ask one of our board members, Noah Watney, to honor Tantu with a gift of the Star Blanket. Let's give a big round of applause to Tantu Cardinal.
Thank you. I'm grateful, and I find it really kind of interesting that when I came here on this trip, I lost my purse in the airport. And when I came to Edmonton, I had not a cent. And I was brought through all these different places that I used to travel. I used to walk in the days when I had not a cent. I had nothing but dreams and hopes that would get dimmer sometimes, and then they'd flare up again and they'd get strong. And it would come to times when I felt very low, like I could never accomplish anything. And then I would see somebody that I knew, and they would treat me like a human being, and we'd visit. Or I'd see somebody that I didn't know, and they would smile. Or they would see some work that I had done and show me pictures of their children and say, look, my children can be on television too, because they saw you there. And it was a blessing, the different times that you would come to me and say something to me when I needed the encouragement. And you would offer your home to me when I needed some place to stay, or offer me food. There are a lot of you in this room who have given me your kindness and your acceptance and your forgiveness, I guess, for not being as strong as I had intended to be. And it is through the kindness of our people that I was able to survive some very hard times. And your kindness is blanket. And you've helped me to share that whenever I could. And I have the faith that that kindness will spread and continue to grow, so that the young people who are coming up, who may be having a hard time, or who may be feeling very strong, will find that connection.
It was interesting that I saw some things that I haven't seen. You know, some films that I made that I hadn't had a chance to look at all. And I have a demo reel where my work will be lined up for about 5 minutes worth of pieces. But that's for a specific purpose of showing my range and my work to people in the business that are thinking about hiring you for something, or you want them to consider hiring you for something. You show them your work. And this was something else altogether. This was, I don't know who made the selections, but it felt like it was more from home country, you know, from home territory, and there was humor in it, and that was fun to see. You know, it was really And it was fun to see it with a whole group of people and to see what their reactions to this is. Because for the most part, you know, I do my work, and on film, you don't have your audience right there. And then you see it comes out on television, or you have one screening, and it's one particular crowd, and it's not Indian country, you know. And so it was fun for me to see all those pieces of work with, you know, with our own group there, and it was fun.
It is with great honor that I present to Gordon Tatusis the Alanisa Bombsman Award for 1995.
Wahoana nasrumun wa kumagaltik. Mochita tehtä manu takani poan oskat skat. Nasrumamen gat pengwa. Musomna we are to teki ta kohtait ta kuni poan oskat skat. I'd like to thank the people responsible for this.
What the hell? Willie John! Willie John! Willie John, you no good son of a bitch! Get back here! That bastard Willie John just took off! When's he coming back?
Willie John won't be back. I make a canoe and I paddle myself back. I've been doing it for 20 years.
You mean I have to wait here until you finish a canoe to get off this island? How long's that gonna take?
About a month, if I have good weather.
I recall having such a great time making the picture. Kenneth Charlotte, the young guy who was on it, is an incredible actor. I worked with him before, after that again. But I don't know what to say about the film. One thing that sticks in my mind about it is that I really messed up, like I usually do in every production. After I had supposedly completed the canoe, I was to teach this young man how to paddle this thing, you see. And I tipped it. Of course, the camera missed it. Nobody took stills of it because everybody ran into the water to save our lives, you know. Every time I'm in Toronto, I meet somebody who was on that set. I'll never live it down because it was just so hilarious, I guess, to look at it, you know.
So what do you think is the key to the continued success of DreamSpeakers?
Well, marketing's a big thing, but I think, you know, reputation and that we can give a good show, being able to attract those top names, because we find, I think that our marketing campaign this year, and we were successful in our marketing because we had people like John Campbell and Buffy St. Marie and Tantu Cardinal, that we got the interest of the press, and we got the interest, you know, of the local public here. And so I would say those two, you get good top names, you get somebody that knows a marketing job, you put those together, and it's just dynamite, you'll get it.
The DreamSpeakers Festival attracted over 20,000 people during its 5-day run. Artisans traveled from as far away as New Zealand, the Northwest Territories, the United States, and South America to display and market their wares. Those who attended seemed to be impressed by the wide variety of works on display. By combining films, symposiums, live performances, and exhibits, the DreamSpeakers Festival provided a unique educational experience for all involved. People learned not only about Indigenous arts and culture, but also about some of the issues facing First Nations communities.